Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoy this one. Today I'm going to just test drive and quickly review the 2017 Volvo S90 T5. This is front wheel drive and it's got the momentum package with a couple other options. It's got the Autopilot assist feature, which I absolutely love, and it's got the self-parking feature as well. This has got just the regular 2.0 liter turbocharged engine producing 250 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque, which may not seem like a lot in today's world with luxury cars, but for a vehicle this size that you're not racing and you're just kind of daily driving it for comfort and luxury, there's actually a decent amount of power. This vehicle averages 27 miles to the gallon, which I personally haven't seen yet. I usually see typically around 23, but that's because it gets 23 miles to the gallon on the city, 34 on the highway, and this car primarily has been driven city, so that would make sense why we're getting 23.5 miles to the gallon. And before I get going, I just want to show you how Volvo presents their new keys. It's in this box. It has Volvo written on there. I don't know if you can see it. And I'm just going to open it up. And inside, there's your key, a valet key. Or actually, this is a locking key for the glove box. And of course, another Volvo logo there. Pretty fancy. So I'm going to go ahead and put my foot on the brake and start her up. And of course, Volvo has always done an amazing job with safety. So if you look here on the top, it actually says park right there. And that is literally, the vehicle puts the parking brake on every time you come to a stop, even when you're in drive, which is kind of interesting because as soon as you take your foot off the brake, the car does not roll forward, but as soon as you tap the gas, the vehicle will roll forward. And I think they've done this to be consistent throughout, because if you're using the Autopilot system, the Autopilot system comes to a complete stop in traffic, you need to actually tap the gas in order to let the vehicle start rolling again. So I guess they kind of streamlined it. Hence, I have also my seatbelt on. If I do not put my seatbelt on, the vehicle will allow me to start driving, but as soon as I come to a stop, the vehicle will put the emergency brake on and will not release the brake until my seatbelt is put on. Pretty clever. I've never seen that in a vehicle before, and I think it's actually pretty safe. It's better than a chime that tells you your seatbelt's off, because what do most people do? They buckle the seatbelt in behind them, which I guess you can do here, but I'd say that's a little bit more annoying, putting the emergency brake on. So anyways, I'm gonna get going just to kind of give you a quick tour and a quick feel, if I can, through the cameras. So like right now the vehicle is in reverse and I'm going to tap the gas, and there goes the parking brake and all the sensors, of course, warning me about the garage. Camera views, obviously you can zoom in or zoom out, depending on what kind of parking situation you are in. If you're in a city doing a parallel parking, then obviously you want to zoom in to see how close you are from the vehicle behind you. So here's my wall that I don't want to hit. If I view it like this, it's a little bit different. Actually, yeah, it's really different. One gives you the curb. It's all sorts of different views, and then of course you can change, you can set it to park in or park out depending on what you're doing. Honestly, I need to spend some time, messing with those features, but put the windshield wipers on since it's raining today. These do have automatic sensors on it. I just have to figure out how to make them work. I usually drive the Volvo T6 S60 there full time, so this is kind of a new car for me. But here you go. The vehicle is pretty torquey. I personally think it's got enough torque for what it is. And what it is to me is a high-end luxury sedan with a beautiful interior, where if you want to fit 4 adults in here and possibly a 5th, you've got plenty of room to do so. That's how I view this car. And Volvo has done a great job with that. And when it comes to the Autopilot assist, I think it's great because if I'm driving and I want to change the channel on the radio, which obviously is more fun to mess with than a regular push-button car, you know, with the new technology today, the vehicle will keep me in the lines. And if I want to take my eyes off the road for a minute, you know, I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong or dangerous and whatnot. And I think that's a really cool feature, and obviously autonomous driving is only going to become more important in our world in the next couple years, obviously, as more cars do it, other than Tesla and a few high-end cars. So, I mean, today I'm just going to take you on some back roads. This car on the highway is amazing. I mean, for a 4-cylinder engine, at 85 miles an hour with the 8-speed transmission that it has, it is a cruiser. I mean, you don't even realize the speed. The engine is quiet. I mean, those are the things that you want in a luxury car. I mean, especially a car that's starting at this vehicle at MSRP at $50,000, and it goes up to almost 66 or 67,000, depending on what model you're getting and all the features. I mean, so you want that. You want that luxury. I mean, obviously with the T6 you're getting more power. I have the T6 engine in a Volvo XC60, and personally speaking, I don't mind having the T5. I mean, it responds and reacts really nicely for just a turbocharged 2.0 liter. So I'm just going to show you some of the roads that we're on here. This road is actually one of my favorite roads to drive on. It's nice and curvy and fun. Try to keep the camera still as I go. But I mean, here, I didn't even realize doing 50 miles an hour until I looked down. And the speed limit here is not 50. So that just shows you how smooth and quick and responsive this vehicle is. And the interior is extremely comfortable. I mean, Volvo makes the best seats, in my opinion, in any vehicle under $100,000. And that's a bold statement, but I think that's real. So we gotta keep that in mind. And obviously the steering wheel is leather wrapped, very firm, very nice. I'm gonna try the Autopilot assist here, see if I can get it to work. Usually it only works when there is 2 lines, so probably won't work. But I have the cruise control set right now at 27 miles an hour, and the vehicle brakes itself and does everything it needs to do to keep you at 27 miles an hour. It's pretty cool. Just got a vehicle in front of me. Check it out. City boys working hard. I mean, this interior, this interior is just unbelievable. The technology here is great. I mean, right now, if I want to set I have my own profile on this vehicle, so I'm going to select Profile Kyle, and I'm going to hit Confirm. It sets my mirrors to where I have them, my seat to where I have them, and then it puts my radio back onto the station of where I had it last. It has my own settings. It's pretty nice. So back to the radio. That was the last station I was listening to. It's one of my favorites on Sirius XM. So I am going to hit this road here. It's a nice open road, and just show you a quick 0 to 60. Little wheel spin. It's a little wet outside. Again, for a full-size luxury sedan, I'm not expecting, or I'm not wanting 4 seconds, 0 to 60 times. I mean, 6 seconds, 6.5 seconds. To me, I'm perfectly fine with that in a vehicle like this. And I'm gonna do another 0 to 60 here since I have the room to. Pretty fast, pretty comfortable. I like it. And you know what I also like? This windshield. I love this dashboard. It's flat, the lines are nice, the luxury wood and the two-tone interior is just gorgeous. And I feel like I feel like I'm in an SUV even though I'm not in an SUV. I mean, you have such a wide peripheral vision on the road here, and I don't know if you can get that in the camera, but just want you to know that when you're driving this vehicle, you feel like you see everything, even though you're not sitting high. It's just a great visibility. I mean, if you look in the rearview mirror, your blind spots are pretty good. I mean, I can see everything I need to see. Of course, you also have blind spot protection. So if you are a normal driver and you use your blinker lights when you change the lane, the vehicle's gonna let you know if there is something there or somebody there, which is cool, pretty neat. And then your radio. And your radio is pretty functional. I can just go through the channels like this, or I have my library, which is all of the channels that I've starred. I mean, so here in the library you can star channels, and then you can go to your favorites, which are the channels that you've starred. That's how that works. So those are kind of like your presets when you look at that, and then of course you can do your search. So pretty intuitive, very easy to use, and it's not glitchy, which is what I like. And that's it. Alright, so here we go. In 1 second, I'm going to show you how the adaptive cruise control works, which I just did, and I'm going to put on the steering wheel, lit up there to show you that it initiated. And you'll see I have it set to 50. So now the car is monitoring the cars in front of me, and as long as I keep my hand on the steering wheel, it won't turn off, which is kind of nice. What's cool about this is if I really want to change the channel and need to take my eye off the road for 2 seconds, you don't have to worry about veering off the road and hitting another car or whatnot. The one thing that really aggravates me though is sometimes with this is if I want to manually try to fight to avoid a pothole, it's kind of like hard to move the whole car, and it fights you the whole way, and it's just like one of those things like, God, I want to hit that, don't want to hit that pothole, and sure enough you do, so just have over 1,300 miles on this thing, so still don't, as you can see I'm just hitting 50 now because the car's just moved away. I'm gonna speed it up to 55. So when I actually go to change lanes and I hit the blinker light, the adaptive cruise control will stay on, and the steering obviously will let you switch lanes. So right now the car is literally holding this lane itself. I'm not doing anything to keep the lane, which is nice. Tesla's got this, and I know a lot of the newer cars now, Audi, a lot of them have it. So here we go. I'm gonna switch the lane. I turn the blinker light on. This green steering wheel goes away, and as soon as I disengage that blinker, it turns back on. And I'll actually just let you see what the car does with this light here. You'll see that people are stopping. It kind of like scares you, for me at least, because I'm a control freak. But here we go. The car has just did that full thing in terms of slowing me down to 20 miles an hour. So pretty simple, and I also think it's smooth and just has a nice feel. Everything about this car just has a really nice feel. Everything's very easy, and that's what I like about it. They kept everything basic, but with modern technology. It's great. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have some feedback down below, and we'll make time for another review this week, I'm sure. So thank you and have a great day.